If you follow your program, our first song to start the program will be Calling All Angels. We are now ready to start. Mary and I would like to welcome you. Thank you for coming to this moment of celebration. We are not celebrating Ward's passing. We are celebrating his life and the people that he enjoyed, the people he knew. He taught himself to paint. He was a painter. And back behind you is a painting of his. Of course, I teased him that I did one just like it, painting by numbers. He laughed at me and said, "This is the real thing." He was an original. He was a maverick. He loved music. He was in a band. He built a plane and flew that plane. He loved his grandsons. He loved his family. And he loved his Second Life family. Mary and I are very honored to present this event for you. Talking with his wife earlier this week, her comments to me were, he has gone home. Not to his earthly home, but to be with his family. And I'm going to read for you a poem, Safely Home. I am home in heaven, dear ones, oh so happy and so bright. There is perfect joy and heavenly and beauty, everlasting light. All the pain and grief is over, every restless tossing past. I am now at peace forever, safely home in heaven at last. There is work still waiting for you, as you must not dally around. Do it now while life remaineth. You shall rest in God's own hand. When that work is all completed, he will gently call you home. Oh, the rapture of the meeting. Oh, the joy to see you home. And the song that we're going to play to go with this is When I Get Where I Am Going. I met Ward 3 years ago around Valentine's. I was working for a club that we wanted to put on a large Valentine event, and we did tables. And Ward got a hold of me and said, I would like a table for my wife and I. And that wife was Dawn Hanlon. She has that sweet little daughter on her lap, Olivia, who will be 3 very soon. Well, Ward, we've come a long way since that time. And we've seen you come and go and do all the things you were going to do with your loving family. I'm going to read a note from Dawn to Ward after I play her song, Fallen, because that was the song he requested for that Valentine Day. I need to move it on to where I can read it. So I'm going to go on to Mary, and then I'll go back to her note card. Mary and Ward, oh boy, those two were such scrappers. But he was one of our best and great. All of our hostesses and hosts are great. But Ward was special to Mary and I in many ways. He could make us the maddest. Yeah, there were times I think Mary hung a rabbit with Ward's name on it because he made her so mad. But they finally came down to, we quit bombing him, and so Mary put a HUD on that had a cat fight, and he could do a cat fight. And so that's what her and him did. And you'll see a picture on the screen of her fighting with Ward. And the song that always reminded her of that was Memory. I can read Dawn's note now, if it will let me. It's not letting me. We just have to be smarter than SL and all of these programs. We're getting there. Looky there. Howard was my best friend. Dawn always called him Howard. That was his real name. and my worst enemy. We fought like two cats. 5 years of a colorful character that could charm the skin off of a snake, and that's true. The name Wardkaye came from a name he and his band members made up when he was very young. Each member had their own made-up name, and I never called him Ward. He was always Howard to me. Along with his talent as a drummer, Howard was also a self-taught painter. Many years of teaching himself and me, fortunate enough to get lessons via Skype. After so much time together as a couple and months of dancing, buying each other clothes, shopping, arguing over Christmas ornaments, how to decorate, where to hang art, how to landscape, watching movies, from the living room sofa, taking care of Olivia, and how to keep her growing and not losing her into cyberspace. Arguing over nothing. We would get bored, so we would go off to one of our places, Frank's, so there would be sit watching people, and believe me, it was a great source of entertainment. Great source of entertainment. I would say to Howard, okay, who are we going to rip apart tonight? He would say, oh my God, that girl over there, she has some poor dress on, or she's not dancing correctly. We usually went after people with odd clothes. God forbid if he saw someone that had a dress on like mine, or even similar. He would say, she's done it now. Let's kill her. We would crack up laughing, and that's how it was all evening long. I used to tell him, Howard, you can't keep saying stuff like that. Anyone could be listening, and you're now listening, and suspect you as a serial killer. He didn't care, and there was the most handsome man in Second Life who made me laugh, who made me cry endlessly, and my best friend. Thank you, Howard, for a lovely 5 years. That is a wonderful sentiment. Dawn, thank you very much for sharing that with us. Ward had a way of being very tender-hearted. We did an event with our USO parties. Ward was never in the military, and when we did them, we would have a lot of the men dress in their military uniforms. But he got into my IM box one time, and he said, Gabby, I have a brother who was in the military during Vietnam, and he passed away. And it brought tears to his eyes that he could not participate, in the sense that he couldn't go, but his brother passed on, and he was very grateful, and we should be grateful for the sacrifice his brother made. And so I have a song for him, Wayfaring Stranger. Ward had many friends on Second Life, and a lot of those friends, like Merry and I, have enjoyed Ward's antics and his fun times. But he made friends easy, and he kept friends. And one of the friends that he had, a very lovely lady that we got to meet several times, Rainey. And Rainey sent me a note that she would like to read to Ward to let him know how much their friendship meant to her. We seem to want to have problems again. When we spoke last Sunday, we both had a smile. I never dreamed that it would be our last. We share so much. We cry on each other's shoulders, never turning our backs on each other. Ward, I will miss your laugh and your big, big smile. I will cherish our life we shared together on SL. Ward, your memory will stay in my heart forever. I have lost a good friend. You are gone, but I will never forget you. Love, Rainey. Thank you, Rainey, for that wonderful, wonderful message. And I am sure he heard every word as well as Dawn's. He's up there laughing, I'm sure, at Dawn's. Ward and I always had our moments, and our moments were usually battling back and forth. He lost the snowball fight one winter we had, and he kept it going. But Ward was one of the type of people that he didn't have any problem teasing you in open chat, and he made it very known if he did not like something. Well, with Ward, we got into it over Gene Autry and Van Morrison. He liked Gene Autry, and Dawn hated Gene Autry, and we would play it once in a while, and everybody would turn their volume down. One day, not too long ago, he wanted to get even with me, so he said, "Oh, God, I hate Van Morrison. Please, nobody out there agree with him." And we battled back and forth. He would do this also with Denny with the keys to a car when we would play a game on movie night. So we're going to get even with Ward. I have a song for Ward by Van Morrison, Bright Side of the Road. Ward was one of those characters that we not only like to pick on, but we like to kind of change him. Ward, once he was by himself, a single guy. Bran up front, Bran, raise your hand, came to me, or I came to her and said, "Listen, I think we need to help Ward. We need to give him a new body, a new look. Let's put him into mesh, give him some new hair, some new eyes, just kind of revamp him." She agreed. I said, "Okay, you take him." So I sent Ward to Bran, because Bran is very good at this. And the first I am I got from Bran was, "I'm going to kill him. I'm just going to kill him. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to kill you for sending him to me." He was impossible. It would take him hours to pick out eyebrows. How do you spend hours picking out eyebrows? Well, Ward could. But we did. Got him into a wonderful body. And one of his pictures is up on the board. If you notice the picture scrolling through, it's at Christmas time. He looked so handsome. A couple weeks back, he said, "Gabby, I like my old body better." And he went back to it. And I told you so. Well, life changes on Second Life. We know it does. It happens all the time. People come, people go. And Ward got a chance to start a new life, a second life. I got an IM from Ward, and he said, "Gabby, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. I found the sweetest lady that I want to marry. Would you and Merry allow us to have the ceremony here at Tiffany's?" Well, we were excited. That was going to be our first wedding. And so, great. We were happy. And that was to take place February 12th. But on Ward's birthday, him and Angel decided to elope. Go figure. They ran off and they said their vows together. And they made a partnership and a pact that they would be married. And to them, they were. And she is now Angel Oakleaf, Ward's wife. She will never have the ceremony, but she does have the love. And in that, one of her songs for Ward, this song, "To Where You Are" by Josh Groban. And Angel, Merry, and I wanted to give you a gift. And this gift was a song that I will play after, called "1 Second and a Million Miles Away." It doesn't make any difference. How long you know someone, you can love them in a second or in a million years. So let's listen to these songs dedicated to Angel and her life and time with Ward. Ward is not gone. His body is, but he now passes into legend. SL has their legends of people, and now Ward passes through. The stories will get greater, the lies will be longer, and he will become the colorful character that he always was here. I have a message from Ward that he gave his wife that was passed on to me. Now this is going to be hard, so hang tight. When Ward was able to talk with his wife, he said, "Don't cry for me, and tell the people that I love on Second Life, don't cry for me." I'm going to read a poem called Miss Me. When I come to the end of the road, and the sun has not no more, I want, my eyes are blurry, I want no rights in a gloomy room. Why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little, but not for long, and not with your heads bound low. Remember the love that we share, and miss me, but let me go. For the journey we all must take, and we must go it alone. It's all part of the master plan. I step on the road to home. When you are lonely and look and weak at heart, go to the friends that we know and bury your sorrows in doing good deeds. Miss me, but let me go. This concludes our memorial to Ward. Merry and I would like to thank you very much for honoring one of our own. He was very special to both Merry and I, as all of you are. Merry put a table in the back, and you can write a note and drop it on the table. That table will be there for several days, and we are going to gather these notes and make sure they get to Howard's wife. Our heart goes out to his family, and we know that he is in a better place.